The slide says Palanjit Dharma Chakravartin Foundation. Could you explain what means the Palanjit Dharma Chakravartin?
Oh, Palanjit Dharma Chakravartin is the name of our foundation. It's come from Thai name. Palanjit is our pure soul. We believe in three true energy that exists within us. That is our pure heart, pure soul, which is called Palanjit. Dharma is the law of the nature around us. The trees, everything in this earth is Dharma, is the energy of the nature. And the third energy, the power of the universe, Chakravartin. Chakravartin is the universe, or the power of the existence of the divinity. So these are the three energies that we believe, and we cultivate the first energy, Palanjit, or our own pure soul. So we start with the map of life. What is life? Life consists of human, or after we die, do we still have a life? And we have a corpse here. So we have a human, we have a ghost, and we have a corpse. And what is human? Human is basically a ghost plus corpse. So we need a physical body to host our ghost or our spirits. And after we got a life, what are we facing with life? The challenges of life in this world is struggling. We struggle, we compete, even before we're born. As you can see in the video, the sperm, we are one in the million winner to run our sperm into an ovary. And after we're born, we still compete with the survival of the infant or the fetus. And after we grow, in the childhood, we compete among the siblings of the love of the mother and the food and the toys. And when we go to school, we compete with schoolmates, the grades, the recognition in school. And when we grow up, we go to work. We compete with promotion, success, and we compete with a lot of peers, friends, and we learn a lot of things there. And when we are ready to have love, we need to compete to win his and her heart. And every step is challenging. And when we grow and life goes further on, in the society, we compete with the status and resources. And when we go further on, we race against the wealth, the titles, and praises. When we get old, we are challenging with illness. We struggle for good health and recovery. So basically, life is a long time struggle before we're born. And so what does it bring you? It brings you the cause of happiness and suffering. These are the key of why we are here in this earth in the first place. And these are not punishment or reward. It is the energy that drives everyone forward. We all want to be happy, and we do not want to suffer. When we win, we're happy. We lose, we suffer. We success, we're happy. We fail, we suffer. When we come together, we're happy. We depart each other, we sad. We are healthy, we get sick. We were born and we will die. And that is inevitable fact of this life. So, cause of suffering is the key to the next knowledge. When we are human, what do we need? The physical and the spirit do not eat the same food. The food of human body are the five types, the proteins, the carbohydrates, the minerals, and all sorts of all five things, right? So these are biological forms of food that feed the physical body. And what does soul eat? What is the food of soul? In PDJ, or when you go to Asia, you will listen to two words, merit and virtue. Because the soul are the eternal elements. The body comes and temporarily, and it has a very short lifespan. If all of us here believe the soul are the eternal energy, what does eternal carry with them when we die? We have two words, merit and virtue. These two words create happiness that make the body and soul thrive and grow. Have anyone sees the soul? Why need thriving? Why do we need growing? Have anyone see the soul stop thriving? What happens if the soul stop thriving or stop growing? Animals do everything to survive for food. But human with the intelligent soul, once the soul stops thriving, that soul can bring the end to a good life. I mean, killing themselves or loss of hope. Now, what does merit and virtue feed the soul? And what does it do with the spiritual path? What do we do to gain the merit and virtue and good deed? Because the whole ideology is this is what we carry on. We don't need food, we don't need car, we don't need a soul doesn't need house. They carry the knowing element. The soul is a knowing. That's why when we know, we get wisdom. And when we get wisdom, we have an intelligence to find solutions and grow. And happiness when we learn. Now, to cultivate the merit and virtue, we all start with the understanding of charity. Charity is an act of generosity or simply a good deed. What is good deed? How to make a good deed? Mostly, we can give material support, time, knowledge, or care to the people who are in need without demanding repayment. So these are the basic, what we call charity. When you give, you don't expect something back. But this ledger will innate in your soul as you have done something good for the person who needs. And that person who needs what you have given with your free will and with your pure heart, confirm the transactions by gratefulness. Their spirit release the energy of gratefulness to you. And that release is the ledger of soul. Okay, this is between human to human. Now, what is merit? Merit accumulations. Merit need accumulations. The act of support in building the spiritual place for human to learn, grow, and thrive to achieve both human and spirit growth. Merit is different from charity in one thing. They don't just help body need, but soul need too. What does soul need? Soul need to understand why we are here for. The spiritual knowledge, Atom is one of them, that out of millions of knowledge in this world, Atom collect them all so that you guys can be here to listen to PDJ, one of their sessions. So, merit accumulations is help to sustain, thrive on a place that a human body could bring their soul to learn, grow, and thrive. By helping, building the sanctuary or the temples or whatever you believe that give the soul merit and virtue, these are the place where you can accumulate your merit. And what is virtue? Virtue is more difficult than gaining merit. Virtue needs cultivations. Cultivation is bring yourself to study and learn and behaves. The virtue is the way we in Asia we ordain as a monk, or we go study. You don't need to be a monk to cultivate virtue, but you need to put yourself into the learning study of Dharma to gain wisdom and to behave with compassion. Inside our pure heart and soul, it has an energy that can grow called compassion. That is, the more compassion you have, the more pure your soul has. And PDJ has developed a path of Dharma which will guide the practitioners to eliminate the sufferings and cultivate the skills to bring yourself into enlightenment. Now you can see, this is why we need suffering. Suffering is not a punishment. It helps us to grow. It helps us to understand the cause and effect of action cause reactions. The law of karma happens here. The karma, until we reach multiple lives, bring us into karma liberations knowledge. When you cultivate enough in terms of the karmic cycle, which some of us might be shocked to hear that, because we are eternal. You can come back million times as a human or other creature. We will talk about that later. Don't just believe or disbelieve, just put it there, okay? By understanding the endless karmic cycle, to liberate oneself from it, one needs to accumulate merit and cultivate virtue in multiple lifetimes to escalate the spiritual nobility until you live by the Dharma neutrality, by accepting, understand cause and effect of suffering in life. Through the practice of PDJ Dharma path, both map of human life and map of the afterlife, you will know exactly where to set goal in your spiritual journey. So this is part one only, the part that we talk about human map, not afterlife map yet, okay? So with the human life map, we simplify them into three parts. And these three parts has a weight so that you can know where is the problems and how to fix them. And we call them the human life map. And it contains the number 30, 30, 40. And this number, if you are interested, it will stuck with you until the end of days, until the end of these presentations. The 30%, 30%, and 40%. We have the first 30% we call destiny. Destiny is unchosen starting condition that inherit from your past karma. It continues to pass, it includes the past skill, behaviors, character, karmic chronic diseases that reprint a new life. It also includes your merit and virtue inside of this first 30%. And you cannot do anything about it. It cannot be altered. But the second 30% is something you will do about it. You have the energy on it. Is your own action or practice. Practice what? A free will action, intention, discipline, and good conduct. Your action will lead to become the next karmic consequences in the future. These within this life or the next one. So the second 30% is how you write your own destiny when you come back in the next karmic cycle. And this karmic cycle, this life, is the ripple of the past action, the past life action. You have written, you have made it. No God, nothing give you this. Our soul has developed it long time ago. We just cannot remember. And the last part is 40%, the biggest of all things, the environment, the influential surrounding, such as family, teacher, friends, culture, beliefs, even the book you read every single day, and etc. It becomes the catalyst of your life, of your human life success. So now 30, 30, 40, now you know. Now, not everyone, when you go to live reading or card reading or astrology reading, life must be that way. Yes, we might read it correctly. You might discover what's gonna be going on. But hey, it's only have an influence on your life 30%. And it's a hard thing and you cannot change it. But you still have this. Good news is why you need to learn map of life. Why does it matter in the first place? There are 5 things that once you make peace and understand the map of life, you self-understanding and acceptance. See and accept your own fate without resentment. You don't need to angry with God. You don't need to angry with anyone who has given you this hard life. Once we make peace with it, once we understand that all of this is our own action in the past, we come to just challenge with our own past decisions. Secondly, we got the blueprint for personal growth. And the personal growth says, look, although you have done horrible things in your barbaric life some long time ago, doesn't matter. You got another 70% to fight with the 30% that you carry into this life. That is a good news, isn't it? Yes, they are. And thirdly, it tells you how to navigating life challenges. The map turns obstacle into terrain you can read. For example, you know that this problem of your life that you are encountering right now, if it is, whether it's come from your destiny, the destiny means you cannot find the answer. Every intelligence, every hardship, everything that you have done, it doesn't work. It doesn't make your life better because it was controlled by destiny. Or your own behavior create redundant problems in this life. Or you live in the wrong environment. Your environment is toxic. So these makes you understand where is the challenging happens. So you can not, running around, but pinpoint into a certain area and use them wisely. Creating a legacy. The merit and virtue become scripture for the next generations. Your merit and virtue is not someone give you. You are the one that accumulated. You are the one that cultivated. You accumulate merit through helping people, helping them to learn, grow, thrive in a spiritual way, and help them to survive in a physical way. So these are your legacy. If you do it, it will become your legacy. And finally, the fifth one is spiritual evolutions. Soul turns to spirit. These are the key words before we die. What is soul? What is spirit? Soul is actually a spirit that owns a physical forms, that owns a life. If spirit that does not have a physical life or become a human, then that spirit will be called ghost. So soul turns to spirit. So when you acquire these intelligent life forms, it helps you grow tremendously. When you are ghost, you cannot grow too fast because you don't have mind, brain, or calculating tools to help spirit to learn, grow, and have vast memory of calculations. But when you die, all that you learn in this entire life become a new you, and it transfer all your knowing into spirits, soul to spirits. That's why the 9 key that PDJ has developed and the 9 step will help escalate and move the soul fast forward into a more successful journey. All right. Now, we talk about the first 30% destiny. This is a real pain. All right. The first 30% or the destiny is the past karma that does not arrive as a mystery. Instead, it arrives as specifics. It contains high specifics. And how does past karma manifest? And what it actually is? The past karma, it manifests in 3 ways: physical, intellectual, and bonding. In physical appearance and health, it is actually a print out of the past behavioral pattern, your gender, your birthmark, and even your chronic diseases. We will talk about that later, okay? Intellectual capacities and talents, all your knowledge that you gain from past life, the carpentry, the pianist, whatever you are doing redundantly in your past entire life will innate into the spirit. After soul transfer those knowledge into the spirit, and when the spirit acquire a new life here, you will discover a talents, unknown knowledge that innate within every one of us, and it is not the same. And we don't understand it, we give credit to God. It's a God gift. It's fair, it's okay too to say like that. But in PTJ belief system, it is not. It is your own knowledge activated in this life. A continuation of a past skill. Instead, for example, if you are a carpenter, in the past life, in this life, when you learn carpentry, you know, your teacher say 1, you go 2, 3, 4. Teacher say 5, you go 6, 7, 8. You are talented carpenter. So these are the answer to why you innate such intellect capacity within you. And thirdly is family social status. The magnetic draw of past vibrations. What is that? That is who you remember. Your wife, your loved one, your children, the one that is dear, make a bonded dear to your soul, will create a magnetic or spiritual trajectory. You will collide, you will meet, you will find your soulmates. No matter what, you cannot run away from each other, because in the past bonding, you have developed this magnetic force that pull two souls together. Even you try to run away, you cannot. You will meet one another no matter what. Okay, so what is soul and what is spirit? A metaphor is that it's like a test paper that already turned in. The answers are written. The grade is set. So that is your first 30% become your destiny. The grade, you live with it. And 3 reasons to acknowledge your destiny. There are 3 things that you need to remember to be able to be peaceful with it. Number 1, end the resentment. You have no anger to God or to anyone that give you such a life, because you made it. Number 2, it identifies life debt. What kind of debt you carry with you in this life? Number 3, it tells you that, hey guys, you still have 70% in your pocket to fight with what you bring in the 30%. And the 30% is not totally bad. The one that make a good deed, we have a good 30% of this that you have created. All right. And what does 30% of destiny bring you again? The physical influence. How does it influence your physical forms that we are born with? It influences your gender at birth. Male, female, LGBT. Given but not chosen. You do not choose it. It was given to you at birth, before the first breath. the health or chronic healthiness and that inherited illness set the capacity we begin to practice in this life. And that is very important. If you want to find the answer, there are more to read. Okay, the body, the beauty, the birthmark. Appearance of the birthmark arrives with the body, and you will find this in the DOP code. Such mark is in the cases. What is DOP? DOP is a Virginia Division of Perceptual Study. So if you guys want to learn more, I was surprised too. The West world have this institution that has nothing to do with the Asian beliefs. They make a research of reincarnations, and they have thousands and thousands of cases. So to go forward, 30, 30, 40. To understand the root of the ancient to the modern wisdom. The ancient root says, our spirit explains in the law of karma. And the science explain DNAs. Science and spirits synthesize. The synthesis cause the DNA as a destiny. Body become a hardware and soul become a software. So that's why your phone doesn't work the same way. It contains different contacts and numbers. And number 3, framework 30-30 after you born. That's why 30-30-40 proves everything according to the timeline. It just become a framework for us to study. And practical tools. PDJ developed a practical tools called the 9 Key and the 9 Steps. And if everything I told you are true, the universal applications are science of lives, transcending all the religious boundaries. It doesn't matter what we learn, but if these things prove truth, it will prove truth. It doesn't force you to believe or disbelieve, but it allows you to ask a lot of questions. And PDJ used the way to read the destiny as a mental starting condition. We did not choose. The starting condition, the first 30%, we use the way to read it. Because everyone does not choose to be who you are in the first place when you're born. We understand the temperament, the inherited causes, the moral dispositions, the spiritualities, and there are seeds carried across the karmic cycles. Now, what destiny hands us? It hands us the starting conditions and the inherited cause we did not consciously select. It just come. It contains the relation, the bonded soul. As I told you earlier, the family, the lover, the friends, the enemy, even the enemy also comes with it. Arrive pre-connected, shaping which path look possible. Okay, so secondly, the karmic memory, inherited talents, intelligence, behavioral patterns, and morals, temperaments and causes, as temperament as causes. And these are also a deep study when we go further. just by now try to understand what does it bring first. It also brings merit and virtue forces. These merit and virtue, we call them in an easy word, luck and opportunities. It determines who born rich, who born poor, who later become rich, who later become poor, lucky and unlucky. People who meet opportunity, support or alone. This is a faith-based, not a measurement that you go outside to the people and try to measure. No, this is the merit and virtue cannot be weighed. Therefore, it is a faith-based. Places and environment. Places and environment also interesting. The birthplace, the kind of environment we grow up in, and the places we find ourselves drawn towards. Those are the familiar places that your past spiritual journey has been there before. So these are the 4 aspects of the first 30% or destiny brings you. Now, if you want to find proof of what I speak, I don't know them, but I just found them. This group called the Virginia Division of Perceptual Study, I believe that it is a university in the US, located in Virginia. It collects 2,500 cases of reincarnations and reincarnation types collected internationally, not only in the US, everywhere in the world. It started in 1961 by Ian Stevenson and began to investigate, found DOP in 1967. It has 200 plus variables used to code the cases and to examine the recurring features. And 30% of cases reporting birthmark matches the unidentified person. Now, this is a hint why birthmark, as I told you in the beginning of the slides. Very interesting, isn't it? Now, why do we need to use this percentage, 30, 30, 40? Is it real? It is true. Basically, it just tells you that you got 70% more chance instead of blaming yourself as a victim of your destiny. No, destiny comes to you anyway. You can't do anything about it. But you and your free will have your actions and your environment to combat with what you bring with you in this life. I mean the bad one. But if you bring the good one, you will enjoy it. Okay? The first 30% is the seed of your own life capital. It collects your genetic family, innate talents, is the foundations, but never the majority. A finalized result that we cannot change, only to acknowledge. And the second 30% is the current investment, is the willow power, it's your freedom of choice. And when you choose tools of PDJ, we propose some tools called the 9 key. So help you combat, understand your destiny faster. And it has an equal weight. And this second 30% has an equal weight. Your action has an equal weight to the past karma. The scales can be balanced. So now, if your action, your practice, your cultivated energy from the past life can also help you to fill in the second 30%. And if you are not enough, then you have cavalry, the catalyst, the social circle, the workplace, the culture. Atom is one of them. Atom is your 40% of answer of spiritual lives. the largest share because humans are environmental creature. So that's why we need 40%, and it is the largest, and we will know why later. Now we go into the second 30%. The second 30% tells you that there are 5 things that you can cultivate to make yourself stronger. If you keep on improving these 5 things in you, the path will never miss. The first thing is to maintain your individuality. It simply means don't depend too much on others. And I believe that Americans, you grow in this country individual. Each individual American are strong in yourself. If compared to my country in Asia, we still depend in parents until the day one of us die from each other, and we still get stuck together. So, but in this country, I believe that you will understand number 1 very quickly because it cultivates your potentials. So, American understand skills. So, know yourself, develop your own strength, and grow in your own unique way. This is the first thing in the second 30%. Understand nature conditions, natural condition, not nature, natural condition. Natural condition means you will meet pressure in life. You will need to survive pressures in your life. You need to survive them with 2 things, courage and care. The courage, face the challenge without fear. Number 2, care, protect yourself and care for others. And thirdly, adaptation, understand the nature of the pressure and live wisely. There are wiseness means you have choices, multiple choices, and you can choose from one of them. So nature brings challenges. We respond to courage, care, and wisdom. And number 3, global balance. Global balance, you need to understand big picture. We need to live with plants, animals, and humans coexist to keep balance of the nature on Earth. So everything is connected. When we live in harmony, the world thrives together. And number 4, the karmic consequences. Karmic consequences is the next cycle of why you need to come here. You need to come back again to pay all the karmic consequences. Because when your action, every action has a result. Harming others brings suffering. Kindness brings harmony. So remember that. Keep on making good things. Keep on making harmony. And the last one is training yourself. And training yourself with what? With discipline, with ethic, with virtue. What is discipline? Control your mind and action. Ethic, do what is right and fair. Virtue, cultivate goodness and compassion. So these will help you. These 5 things will definitely strengthen your second 30%, your practice in this life as a human, and your action will create the ripple of the next positive karmic cycle. And it also tells you that you are rewriting the old script. Who you are in the past doesn't matter, because this life you are rewriting it, who you will be. And by using 2 tools, self-observations, mindfulness, seeing habits as it rises, and seeing your own habit. Don't feel sad or don't feel happy about it, but collect them as a data, not identity. It's like I am who I am. I'm not gonna change, No, because this life, you can change for the better, but not for the worse, okay? You can change for the worse too, but since we are in Atom and you know me, you will be better. So, for example,
Every day I'm for
and for example, self-observation, if you got a poor health, you master your self-care. And once you understand how to master your self-care, then guide others to follow you, right? Self-determination is you train yourself to be truthful. You train yourself to be the firm, truthful and firm resolutions, and practice the 9 key and the 9 step of the PDJ. If you don't know where to start, this is the proposal. You don't need to choose it, but we have it. If, for example, you're born into poverty, then you will start your resilience and empathy. If you keep on doing this over and over and you're getting stronger, you will be a powerful leadership. And there are the 9 steps. The 9 steps are divided into 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 9. And 1, 2, and 3 are foundation, which gives you the morality to stopping negative karma. The 4, 5, 6 stage is the growth, positive virtue, emotion, intelligence. And 7, 8, and 9 are refinement stage. It gives you wisdom, spiritual liberations. Once you understand all of this and you cultivate enough energy, you don't need to reborn in this world again, no more. All right. Let us go into the Trinity of the existence. And a lot of you will say, I trust in destiny. I trust in astrology. Everything must happen in such a way, 100%. So why not 100% believe in destiny? Let's all be it. If you do that, you will become fatalism. You live your life on fate alone. Where are you? Right? There's no such thing. It leads to laziness and despair. And why not practice alone? My muscle, my work, my intelligence, why I don't work hard. I trust in myself and myself only. No one else tells me what to do. Why don't I trust myself 100%? It will give you arrogance. It leads to extreme stress. Not everything that you can solve by yourself. It gives you a lot of stresses. And the logic of 40% comes into life. The environment is a collective energy. What is environment? Environment is collective energy exceed individual will. Although your willpower is strong, but collective energy of a strong willpower as well will exceed your personal willpower, which is why environment designed is crucial in this stage. We are not talking about generic environment. We are talking about how to design an environment that support good people. Okay, behavioral and environment, the two mirrors. It gives you a glimpse of the virtuous mind built in this world. The virtuous mind creates a clean, peaceful environment surrounded. Discipline within natural radiates outward. Discipline within naturally, when you have a discipline from within. For example, if you are virtuous mind, and you will know that you keep your house so tidy. And how does tidy come? It is a reflection of your discipline within you that radiates outward. This is just a few examples of a tidy house. Imagine if you are a leader. of the community, of a country, or of the world. The virtuous mind will do a lot of things to this world as well. And the toxic rooms erode the mind. For this one, use the room as a metaphor. The toxic environments degrades behavior over time. Although you are a very strong, resilient person, but 40% environment will pull you quietly and constantly. That is why you, in time, you will give in. Not all, but I believe 90% plus will give in. So, create a Dharma sanctuary that cultivate peace, pureness, and productivity is something that we need to design. Be a good friend to people. Why? Because good friends and mentor is someone else better environment. You will become someone else 40%. There are two strategies. Either if the environment is so toxic and you cannot fix it, you change your environment. Secondly, strategy 2, transform the environment. And that is when your second 30% is strong and you radiate your energy with the virtuous mind. Once you achieve that, you will be the leader of that environment and you change from within. And
before we have about 3 or 4 more minutes, and we want to for you. So just
okay.
On to you.
All right. Then these are the pictures of the environment that we built, and can we change our environment? Yes, we can, but with limited, because the destiny also bring you into the first environment that you are not the one that choose, right? So yes, it does. And it tells you to seek wisely the company and try to stay in a place of sanctuary, the environment that feeds the practice. So these are what we already done in Thailand and many parts of the world. So we have the orphanage. You see Dawn is also come to North Carolina to cultivate, to learn her pure power meditations, and Thailand also have this. Now, there are blueprint. So these are the blueprint. Of 30, 30, 40 is the first one is the internal pillar, which is the soul evolve upward through the 9 steps. By the 9 steps, you have the behavioral pillars. This is the second action path. Thought, speed, action are the link to redraw the future. And thirdly, external pillar is the environment, which is surrounding force carry 40% of the equations. So the first one is who steering the journey. Who is steering the journey? The second one is how the map is drawn, is yourself. You are drawing your map. And thirdly, you ask where the journey happens. So start from your environments. Okay, these are the 9 steps, which I will bypass this because the 9 step is already mentioned a while ago, but these are the key fact of each stages or each steps. And now, with this map of life, you're no longer a slave to your past. You master your present and light your own future. Because mastering the second 30% of your own action or practice, plus optimize the use of the 40% environment, equal to neutralize the negative 30% destiny. From the victim of mentality blaming fate, you turn yourself into the creator, mentally building reality through conscious actions. The truth is, the map exists. How you would navigate them, it is entirely your own. So, accept what it is, accept what was, master what is, harmonize with what surrounds you is the key things to take home. And the map of life exists. Your journey is yours. Thank you, Atom, for inviting me in here. And I would like to insist that Atom is a very, very rare place in this entire world where generously collect the information of spiritual study for you good soul to be here and study and grow. So please help us support Atom. Make it survive. Donate what you can. And finally, thank you. May you be blessed with great prosperity in your human and spiritual journey. Palang Jit Dhamma Chakrawan. Success, success, success.
Thank you so much, Angkor. That was your slides are incredibly beautiful and the information is amazing. So it tells us to be responsible for our own actions and, always move forward in life and be kind.
Thank you very much. Any question?
I think we covered it all pretty dang good.
Hopefully, I know that this is a foreign ideology and a belief system, and it might be a little bit too much for some of us, but it is a food of thought for everyone to create and ask questions when you go home tonight. And Dharma will have one thing. You please ask question, because there is no such thing as blasphemy or disbelief is a sin. No, there is no such thing like that. When we talk about the belief of truth proof itself, it doesn't need force to believe. So even in Lord Buddha world, they will say, do not believe in what people say. Do not believe with what the book says. Do not believe in what everyone believes, but do believe in what you cultivate, you find yourself for the truth. Ask a lot of questions to yourself and find your own answer. This is the only way that you will grow safely.
Thank you very much. We'll send us the recording and we'll put it on our YouTube channel, and we're going to go ahead and close out now. So thank you. I'll see you in the morning, John, for our prayer.
Okay, I'll see you. And if anyone would like to join us in the prayer morning, please contact Dawn, and I would welcome everyone from Atom to our morning prayer. Okay, I'll see you. Thank you very much. Sawadee krap.